Hi, well today I'm showing you how to make this granny stripe beautiful scarf. It's meant to go with the Irene beanie that I did for the Crochet Cancer Challenge. And I thought I would make a beautiful scarf out of this beautiful yarn. It's latte cakes, Karen latte cakes. And it's a beautiful 65-inch long scarf. And I just wanted to show you what it looks like on. Well, hello, I'm Pam Carr, and today I'm going to show you how to make a granny stripe scarf. And I'm using this yarn, Yarnspirations Karen Latte Cake for this scarf because I'm making it to match the granny stripe, the super soft granny stripe hat that I made earlier. And this is going to be a scarf made out of this color Open Field. It's a Karen Latte Cake by Yarnspirations, and it's called Open Field, and I just love it. It's a variegated yarn and it's such a pretty color. So I'm going to start out by creating a chain of 27, okay? So the first thing you need to do is make a slip knot, and I'm using a K hook. So it's a 5 bulky weight yarn. And I'm using a K hook, which is 6.5 millimeter hook, and I'm chaining 27. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll go to the end. I'll meet you after I make 27 chains. Okay, so here we are with our K hook. We've done 27 chains, which is 8 multiples of 3, and then 3 for your turning chain. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into the third chain from the hook. So not counting the loop on your hook. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to double crochet into that third chain. Okay, and then we're going to skip 2 chains. There's 1. Oops, there's 1, sorry, and there's 2, and into the third chain we're going to do 3 double crochets. Okay, 1, 2, yarn over into the chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 3. Now we're setting up our first row of granny stripe stitches. Okay, so with this one we're skipping 2. So there we put that into that into that one chain, and now we're going to skip the next 2 chains, and into the next one we're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and they do sort of stretch out your chain. Okay, so that's very normal. Okay, now we're not going to chain 1 or anything. We're just going to skip 2 more. So let's find our chain, and we're going to go 1, 2 chains, and into the third one. I'm pinching behind the third one so I can find it easily. There we go. Going to go 2 double crochets into there. 1 and 2. Okay. Oh, 1 more. 3. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. So we're skipping 2 and chaining 3. Skipping 2 and double crocheting 3 into the next one. Okay. So here we go. 1, 2 chains, and into the third one we're going to do 3 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and into our third chain we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to skip 2. There's 1, there's 2, and into the next one we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to skip 2, 1 chain rather, 2 chains, and into the next one we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we get to the last 2 stitches, and what we're going to do is we're going to skip over the 1, and we are going to work 2 double crochets into the final stitch. So we're going to skip over the 1, and then into the final stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets, because that's how we started. We started with 2 double crochets, right? 1 and 2. Okay, and then what we're going to do now, we're going to turn our work and we're going to chain up and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into this, there's that chain 3 that acts as a double crochet. We've got the 2 double crochets there. We are going to go into this space and we are going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So we're starting with the chain 3, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets into that next space, and then we're going to go right across to the next space. We're not going to chain 1, we're going to go right into that next space, and we're going to chain 3. Double crochet 3. I'm so sorry. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go into the next, in between the next 2. We're going to go 1, 3 double crochets. So in between each of the 3 double crochet shells from the previous row, in between them, we are going to be making 3 double crochet shells. Okay, so you can see that we've got 3 double crochets, and then there's the ones below, and then between those 3 double crochet shells we're doing a shell, and there we're doing a shell. So now we're going to go in between the next 2 shells. There's 3 and there's 3, and then a nice big space there. We're going to do 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3. I'm not chaining 1 in between the shells because I want it to be a nice warm scarf. Okay, so now we go in between the next 2 shells. 2, 3. And now we're going to go in between the next 2 shells. 1, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, and then we've got 2 more shells, and then the 2 at the end, right? So we're going to go in between these 2 shells. We're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to skip over this one, and we're going to go into the between those ones, the 2 shell one and the 3 shell, the 3 double crochet shell. 1, 2, and 3. And then into the top of this turning chain here, this of this final stitch there, we are going to do a double crochet into the top of that turning chain there. So this row, when you look at it, the first row has the 2 double crochets at the beginning, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complete 3 double crochet shells, and then the 2 at the end. And the second row has a 1 double crochet at the beginning, and then because we're going in between the gaps there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets. Okay, and so this makes your scarf. We wanted it to be around 8 inches wide. Okay, and look at that, it's pretty much 8 inches wide. Okay, so that's what we're going to be making our scarf. We're going to be following that pattern. The next row, we're going to start out with 2 at the beginning. So we chain 3 and turn it. So we've got chain 3, and then we're going to do into the same stitch. We're going to do another double crochet, and then we're going to skip over this one and do 3 double crochets into the first space we can find between the 3 double crochet shells from the row before. So as you build up your scarf, you have to keep checking that this one has 2, this one has 1, and now we've made another one with 2 at the beginning, and we're just going to go across and do 3 double crochets in between each of the shells from the previous row. Okay, get to the end and I'll talk to you there. Now we're at the end of this third row. We are going to skip over this 3 double crochet shell, and we are going to go into the top of the turning chain from the row below, and we're going to do 2 double crochet, because this is the row that we always have 2 double crochet at the end. Okay, so the next row we're going to chain 3, and that's going to act like a double crochet at the very beginning of this row. And then we are going to, because there's 2 there, a little 2 double crochet cluster right below us, we are going to go right into that very first hole, that very first space, and do 3 double crochets. And we're going to go 3 double crochet into each of the spaces along there, and I'll meet you at the end. And here we are at the end. So we are going to just do 3 double crochets right in front of the 2 double crochet cluster from the row below. There you can see that 2 double crochets there, and we're just going to make a double crochet into the top of the chain 3 from the row below. Okay, and so here we go. We can see we have 2 at the end of here, 1 at the end of here, 2 at the end of here, 1 at the end of here. Same here. 2 at the end of this row, 1 here, 2 at the end of this row, 1 here. So the next one you are going to do is you're going to chain up 3 and turn your work and make a double crochet right into the base of that one, so that you're constantly making it alternate between 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. And here's our 2. We skip over these first shell and go right into the next space. So I hope that shows you how to do this. This is a pattern that we're following all the way with this scarf. We're just going to keep going until it's 65 inches long. Okay, so that's where I'll meet you back at the end of being 65 rows, 65 inches long. Okay, and as I said, when we count this one that has a 2 at the end of each row, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if we have 2 at the end of each row, 2 double crochets at the end of each row, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the amount of 3 double crochet shells that you have in each row alters depending on whether you've got 1 at the end or 2. Okay, I hope that's clear. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, and I'll meet you at the end of 65 inches. So here I am. I have got my scarf made. It's now 65 inches long, and looking really beautiful, all the granny stripe stitches. And I like it this length because you can sort of wrap it around your neck, and you can even sort of double it up, put it around your neck, and put both ends through it. So I'm just going to show you how I finished my last row. The last row comes to the end, and we're going to put 2 double crochets into that last stitch, so it actually finishes the way it begins, where there's 2 double crochets at the end there, and then 2 at the end here. So I'm just going to fasten it off, and then I'm going to sew in the end, weave in the end, and then weave in the end where I began it, and we will have our finished scarf. It's really a beautiful scarf, and once you get the idea of doing the 3 double crochet shells into each space in between the previous row's shells, it's quite a meditative one to work on as well. You can sort of just forget everything and just work on your granny stripes. And it's a really classic kind of look. So I'm going in and out in 3 different directions, and then I'm just going to cut it off. If you want to put a fringe on, that's up to you. I'm not going to put a fringe on this one. There's the end. Oh, here it is. So here we are at the beginning. You can see how the beginning looks. So I'm weaving it in and out. I went down the actual double crochet, and I'm going to go in and out of the tops of the double crochets there. And then I think I'm going to go back up and in and out of this one. That's 3, and then go back down here. There we go. And cut that one off. And then I'll share a little picture at the end of what it looks like on. But this yarn, I just think this is the most beautiful. Look at the colors in it. It's just such a nice contrast with the gray in there. And there we go. All the way down to the end. So that's my So Soft Granny Stripe scarf, and I hope you enjoy it. Please do subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell if you'd like to get updates, and comment below if you like it or if you have any questions. And yes, it was made to go with this hat. This was my So Soft Granny Stripe hat that I'm going to link below, and I'll also link my videos on how to do double crochet below, and that should help you out. And also the back loop only single crochet video, I'll put a link to that below. Okay, and this will be in left and right handed versions. So I hope you enjoy my work, and thank you for supporting me here on YouTube. Thank you so much.